morning, everyone, and welcome back. Except it's not good morning, it's afternoon for me. Good evening, good night, whatever it is for you. Yeah, we got some weird stuff going on today. Yeah. So I really goofed. I really goofed today because I was really tired. Made a very rookie mistake. I forgot to press the record button on my camera and microphone. I recorded the gameplay, which is why the game over there is frozen, because it's a video. I recorded that. But, yeah. Forgot to record my comments and commentary on the news. Spoiler alert, I'm not really super happy about it. But we'll get into that a little bit later. And yes, of course I did. You would think after 2 years I wouldn't make rookie mistakes like that, but you know, we're all human. Everybody messes up. Here we go. Yes, YouTube peeps should be able to see the chat. Should be able to see. Actually, no. It did go away, but you know what? Let's get everybody back in here first. You know, we do this on the fly. It's fine. A Temu ad, gross. Let's get everybody back in here. Let's get that set up. I think I know what we can do with that. We'll drop it there, and we will... Boom, drop it right there. That should work. Right behind me. Because new messages should be at the very top. Yeah. So it scrolls from the top to the bottom, so that should work. That's a good call. It's been a while since we've done this. We learned it on the fly. But everybody should be able to talk to everybody now. I figured out how to make that work since it wasn't working yesterday. Got that situated. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I did this today where I forgot to hit record. And I didn't realize it. Like, I went through the entire video and I realized that I didn't hit the record button when I went to hit the stop record button, which is just the best time to figure it out, you know? Way too late to do anything about it. So, it's fun. I'm going to kind of play through and scrub through the video, let everybody watch. I will be responding to comments as we get through this. And then once we get to the news, I will discuss my my thoughts on it. But let's go ahead and get this up and running. Let's skip ahead, because we need to get through quite a bit. I had 40 minutes that I had recorded of gameplay. So that's about how long the video would have been. Probably about 36, 37 after trimming the ends off. Let's see. Let's speed this up a little bit though. 1.1 is not enough. Let's speed this up a little bit more. 1.5 times. There we go. Made some mistakes. Yeah, and that's what I thought about, just saying, you know what, forget it, no video today. And I was like, actually, I've got the gameplay. We could just turn this into a live thing. We could just make something out of it anyway and have fun. That way we all get something out of it. Everybody gets caught up on what I did. You get to see what happened. We get to hang out for a little bit, which we don't get to do that often. And, you know, we get to talk. I like this too. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. This is me lingering on this, talking about how I need more ingredients. Because I am, with Luxray and Meowscarada on the team, I am running out of ingredients. Especially with that 180 hot space dinner I had to make the other day. So I addressed that a little bit later when we get to the team changes section. Martin's silently demanding Final Fantasy. That sounds about right. Soon, Martin, soon. Give me time. I'll get to it soon. And then I think once we're done with Final Fantasy V, we're gonna move on to, we might move on to Tales of Mana. You wanna see the breakfast crit? Well, I mean, give it a second. We did get it. 194,061 Tales of Mana. So, yep, we did get that, so that was really lucky. I don't know if we're gonna make it to Master 20. We're close to it, in the sense that we're at Master 18, but it's still, I think, 1.2 million away from Master 20. So unless we get really lucky with some more extra tasties, I don't know that we're gonna get there, you know? But whether we do or don't, I'm not really super worried about it. It was never the plan for this week, and so it is what it is. The 8,000 Dream Shards would be nice, but you know, not the end of the world if we don't get it. And then I also woke up like slightly early today, so didn't get a full 100 sleep points either, or sleep score. Hitting Master 19 on Lapis, yeah. Music could be a bit quieter. All right, we can do that. Turn down just a little bit more. I don't want the music to get in the way. I just want it to be there to give us something to listen to, because I didn't want to have to start and stop the music for the game. And then, of course, you know, only had the white seed left, so planted the white seed. So we'll get our nature mint. Also went through in last night's live stream, which is up on the channel right now. If y'all want to watch it after this, we did my live reaction to the Pokemon Presents, as well as after that was over, we all hung out and went through my box to try to find some neutralizing mint candidates. We ended up finding just a couple, but nothing that I really wanted to invest in right now, but it is there if you want to go check that out. Also, what's up, GG? How's it going? Oh, we're on the research right now. We did find some candidates, that's true. It's better than 0, that is correct. Yes, I have noticed that. I have, in fact. Especially last week and this week, which was really interesting last week, considering we had the main skill trigger boost, so I'm really surprised. Master 17 on Taupe with no good yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I think someone might be hitting Master 20. Maybe. Master 17 on Friday. Yeah, it's possible. Got the final Marshtomp sleep style, which is good. Also, 16,000 Dream Shards for that, and this big boy right here. Swampert was not the one I expected to show up, and I'll take 5,000 Dream Shards for that 1-star sleep style. I will take that. Yeah, I've had issues with Gardevoir. Really, actually, this week Gardevoir hasn't been that bad. It was yesterday, but we had the issue with the game crashing overnight that I was running into yesterday, and so that's why I had the daytime team on last night, because they ended the night at such a bad spot that I had to leave them there to recover their energy. So unfortunately, we missed out on a night of Prime XP for the Prime XP team. On top of them only getting, what was it, 19 times 3 would be, what, 57? No, 47? Yeah, 57 XP the night before, so yikes. Yikes. Got 100k with a luck insist. Nice, very nice. Now you got Cresselia there picking up the slack. Yeah, it's rough. It is what it is, though. There's nothing we can do about it. Nothing we can do about it. And now I'm starting to feel bad about how many Dream Shards I got. I thought I was doing good. No, I was just Just scratching the surface is all I was doing. Ugh, man. Spent 106k on candy boots. That I feel. Yeah, trying to get to 60 is rough. We did get lucky right there, getting that big hit. Let us catch 2 Tricos, which is fantastic. We got very lucky there. And they got us the bronze badge for Trico, so gold subskill at level 10 on the second one. 33 candies, ooh, nice. Send out that Trico candy that everybody already saw. And we got, I think it was 81 Trico candies. I did the math earlier. I'm pretty sure it was 81 Trico candy that I got today because of the flowers, which was really nice. I'm liking these flowers. Appreciate it, thank you. And 50, I didn't look at it, 51,000 something dream shards. 50k plus. Because I actually got a full night of sleep. Of course, Trico's ABC again, of course. So we're gonna pause it right here, and since we don't have the rating, let me, come on, buddy. Scroll down a little bit more for me, guy. There we go. All right, so we're gonna pause it right there. We're gonna go through this Trico real quick. Where is Mceptile? There you are. ABC, of course, for some reason. I don't know why I can't get away from ABC. But, you know, it is what it is. Nothing we can do about it. And let's see if I can get this where I can actually see everything. There we go. Oh, you started with the white flower? Oh, I mean, honestly, it's not that bad. Looks like a transfer. I mean, your instincts are not incorrect. So helping speed M, skill level up S, ingredient fighter S, inventory up S, skill trigger S, and lax. I'm pretty sure that if it wasn't a transfer before, it is once you realize it's got a lax nature. I mean, that's true. The ABC list is pretty nice. It is pretty nice. And it's pretty bad. It was 53 PR so far. It's not gonna get much better. This is kind of rough. Kind of rough. Also, what's up, Chris? How's it going? Oh yeah, that's been a while. It's been a hot minute. Still looking for a BFS Trico. Understandable. They are seemingly hard to find. Yeah, and even then it's kind of tough. But at least with Sceptile, it works out still. So there's that. I'm gonna let this continue playing just to catch up to where we are. Actually, no, we're gonna go ahead and skip forward. This one's not good, we already know, so that one's gonna go live with the professor. I don't know why I'm drawing it out. Then we got the second Trico, which is ABC again. For some reason, I cannot get away from ABC Trico. I think I've caught 10 of them, and I think 8 or 9 of them have been ABC. And I don't know why. I don't know how I keep getting ABC on these. But one of those weird quirks. Honestly, being a skill specialist, I don't care that it's ABC. It's just a fun little happenstance that I keep getting. And also no berry finding on level 10. We got sleep XP bonus instead, which is just so much fun. But funny enough, this one actually did have a pretty good nature. I could have made this nature work if it wasn't for the rest of the subskills. I mean, it just, I don't know anymore what to do other than to keep catching them. I mean, AAA Mud Boys is not bad though. It's not bad. These are the subskills that kill it. But this one, pretty bad. Pretty bad. 20 PR. This one's even worse. I missed the nature, that's why, you right. I thought something was weird because I was like, man, I don't remember this being that bad earlier. That's why. The nature helps. It would help if I plug in all of the stuff, you know? That would help. but me forgetting the nature is just perfectly in line with today and forgetting to hit the record button. How dare. So, this one's not that great either. Sadly, both of them are going to live with the professor, because neither of them are going to be good. Neither are going to be what we need them to be, and I'm pretty sure they're not even as good as what we've caught already. I think we have a berry finding Trico somewhere. Oh, let's hold up. Somewhere. But, yeah. These two are terrible. There's nothing else to say about it other than they are terrible. So, is what it is. But let's get into the news. It was just real quick me talking about the bundle for Good Sleep Day. Standard bundle, 1,500 diamonds for 9 great biscuits, which is 1,800 diamonds on its own. Plus, you get all the incense that are listed there for free. So, pretty decent bundle. It has been for a while, so no worries there. Nothing really to talk about with that. You know, it's still just as good as it's been for a while. Oh, that screen shearing. What is happening there? Is that normal? I feel like that's not normal. That doesn't normally happen in my videos, does it? Hopefully not. That's awful. Also, Good Sleep Day, August 8th, I believe was the main day. Let me back it up just a little bit. A little too far. Nope, August 8th was the first day, 9th is the main day, and the 10th is the third day. And we get, that would be interesting if they added Missing No into Sleep. That would be great. But anyway, so that Saturday, August 9th, is going to be double drowsy power, which is nice. Very good indeed. All right, let's move on to the, what's going to be the hot take that we're going to get a little bit controversial about. Expert mode news is finally out. And there's one part in particular that I'm not a fan of. Everything else is nice, but that one part really soured me on this for some reason. And when I recorded the video, I had a really hard time articulating why it bothered me so much, but I think I kind of worked through my thoughts a bit, and the main thing I don't like about this is that it's locked behind the expert tickets. I do not like it, specifically for the fact that premium players get more expert tickets at a cheaper price than regular players do. I don't like that. We already know that the rewards are going to be much greater in expert, but we don't know what that actually means. That is an ambiguous term that doesn't really tell us anything. Read it out. Okay, so let's back it up a little bit. We'll read it out. What is expert mode? It's a new, challenging game mode, and in it, there will be ways for all kinds of helper Pokemon to contribute. It will be more difficult to raise Snorlax, but you'll be able to get more rewards than ever before. Prepare for expert mode by befriending and raising many different kinds of Pokemon. Requirements for unlocking expert mode. Expert mode will unlock the Monday of the week following the next maintenance and version update planned for early August. If Snorlax's rating reaches Master 18 on Greengrass Isle, expert mode will be available to play on Greengrass Isle. If you've already met this requirement, expert mode will unlock as soon as it's added to the game. Expert modes for areas other than Greengrass Isle are planned for future updates. That honestly wouldn't have surprised me, Salsa. Scroll down a little bit more, my guy. I'm hesitant to move forward 10 seconds because I don't know how far I'm going to scroll in that time. All right, well, we can read this part. Yeah, it is only 200, but I'll get more into what I don't like about it here in a minute. If you've met the requirement for unlocking expert mode, you will be able to select an expert mode area on the map. You will also need an expert ticket to take on expert mode, which the ticket on its own isn't the problem. I understand that if the rewards are vastly greater than what we get regularly, then it makes sense to lock it off and only let you do expert mode every so often to kind of keep the player base together in terms of experience and growth. I kind of get that. What I don't like is the gap that this creates here in a second with, you will also need an expert ticket to take on expert mode. You can exchange 200 sleep points for an expert ticket at the regular exchange or 100 sleep points for an expert ticket at the premium exchange. I don't like the price difference. That's what I don't like, because in this scenario, a regular player has to get 2 full nights of sleep to buy 1 ticket that they can only buy potentially 1 of in a month. We don't know how limited they're going to be through the month, if you can just buy unlimited expert tickets or if it's going to be a limited number. However, it doesn't really matter because a premium player can buy at least 2 tickets, and it only takes 2 nights of sleep for a full night of sleep for them to buy 2 tickets, where a regular player takes 2 full nights to only buy 1. So premium players will grow so much faster than regular players if the rewards are so much higher to justify a ticket, that it's only increasing the gap between premium and regular players. And I don't like how that's going to make regular players feel when they look at other people and how far other premium players and how far they are. I don't like that this is another incentive to get premium. Which, don't get me wrong, premium is a good purchase, but not everybody can do it. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you can't do it, you can't do it. There's nothing to feel bad about that for. But this is just going to make that gap worse, and I don't like it. Yeah. That's what I'm reading, is that it's 1 ticket for 200 in the regular shop and 1 ticket for 100 in the premium shop. And exactly, GG. It feels like pay to win, a bit more pay to win, without the fact that you're spending real money, other than if you're buying premium. Yes, that is true, Kai, but I think that there shouldn't be expert tickets at all. I think that if you unlock expert, you should be able to go whenever you want. The prices for main skill seeds are different in both shops, but yes. But a main skill seed doesn't affect your progress nearly as much as a week of expert mode can, if the rewards for that expert mode are going to be vastly greater. And see, I guess I missed that part because I don't remember them saying we would need tickets. And see, you're hitting on exactly what I was thinking earlier, Ace, is that I honestly think that I would feel better about it if it was just 100 sleep points for both. Because then premium players still get a little bit of a benefit in the fact that they can buy 2 of them, but the cost is the same. So a regular player doesn't have to get 2 full nights of sleep and spend their limited resources in sleep points on that 1 ticket, whereas premium players can get 2 full nights of, well, not even a full 2 nights. You only need 1.5 of 2 full nights to get that. And honestly, yeah, if they swap the prices, that'd be different too, because premium players get sleep points faster. So in this sense, it would make sense for you to spend more on the expert ticket for the rewards you get for it. And you might be right, Ace. You might. Well, I must have forgotten about that then, because I do not remember anything about expert tickets. I guess I read it and immediately chunked it out of my brain. But like I said, it's not really, having the expert ticket isn't really my problem. My problem is the price and the gap that it's going to create between premium and expert players, when premium players can get twice as many tickets and get them at a cheaper price for the second one. And I also don't agree. I also agree with you there, Slash. I mean, for what it is, premium is a good deal for what it is. But I do think it should be $5 and not $10. I'm saying that over time, Azor, over time, premium players will get further and further ahead of regular players because they have at least two, or at least one more expert ticket. So over time, it will create a bigger and bigger gap. Yeah, it doesn't matter how many you can hold at a time, because if you can purchase an unlimited number of them per month, then even if you can only hold 2 at a time, you can still go into expert mode every week. Now, the question is going to be, how many can we buy per month? That's going to be another question. And even if we can only buy the 2 per month, the one in the regular shop and the one in the premium shop, we're still going to run into that divide growing over time. It's just going to grow slower. Which it may be, maybe at that point it will be slow enough to not cause a huge issue. But certainly if premium players can go to expert mode every week, then it's just gonna get, that divide is gonna grow faster and faster. And that is the other point, Kitty Kitty, is that we don't know exactly how much the rewards will increase, and I think that's going to be the point. But also, if it's a 20% increase in rewards or a 10% increase, why have an expert ticket? Why not just let us go whenever if it's just a small buff? The fact that we need an expert ticket makes me think that it's a significant increase to the rewards, and they only want us to go so often. And see, I don't even know about that, Hannah. They said that in this news here, they said that if you're at expert mode during an event, the bonuses that you get from expert mode typically won't overlap with the event bonuses. Yes, I agree. I agree, my boy. I do agree with that it does need to be higher. But at a certain, like I said, if it's only 10% higher, then why even have the expert ticket? Why lock us out? Why not just let us go whenever we want? But if it's going to be like double, then the expert ticket makes sense. Like I said, my issue isn't with having an expert ticket. My issue is more with the cost of it and the gap that I see this creating between regular players and premium players. Because they've already instituted the, I forget what they call it, the catch-up feature. What is it, where you get like 10% per island or 15% per island area bonus until all of your islands total 250 or whatever the numbers are. They've already instituted that to help newer players catch up. And then if we get expert mode, where premium players can jump into expert mode, the gap not just between regular players that have been playing since day one, but more specifically between newer players, is going to increase even further. And I feel like having the player base not all on the same level, but closer together in terms of your progress through the game is a good thing. I like the catch-up feature because it lets newer players catch up quickly. I like that. But if expert mode is that powerful and premium players can go twice where everybody else can only go once, that divide is going to get bigger and bigger. Yeah, and that's the thing. If we could all only go once, but the rewards were double for everybody, that'd be fine too. You know, give us the expert tickets, but everybody can only go once a month. Fantastic. I think that solves the problem. Make it 100 sleep points in the regular shop, but everyone has access to it for 100 sleep points. Boom, job done. And you can only go once a month. I feel like that keeps the player base closer together in terms of where they are in Pokemon Sleep. So that's my issue with the expert tickets. Not that we have them, but that premium players get at least double what regular players do, and you don't have to sleep as much to get them. Yes and no, GG. Yes and no. If you can go unlimited times and buy unlimited tickets, you still have the problem that non-premium players need to spend twice as much for those tickets. So where premium players, if you could buy unlimited tickets, premium players could spend 400 points, get 4 tickets, and go every week in a month. But regular players have to spend 800 points to be able to go every week. So that's the problem. So regular players have to spend enough sleep points that's equivalent to a full 8 nights of sleep, whereas premium players is just 2 full nights of sleep. Kitty, I think it's probably going to be a lot of the evolved forms. Yeah, that would be funny. Non-premium players already have to spend more for items, so nothing really changes. Yeah, I see where you're coming from on that, but this is not a regular item. This is an item that is barring entry to supposedly substantially greater rewards. Not always. Not always. They don't always. I think, yeah, you definitely don't have more to spend as a free player. You absolutely get more sleep points as a premium player. You just have more to spend those points on. But that's kind of where a little bit of self-control comes in. Just because you have the points and there is something you can spend them on doesn't mean you always should. So there is an argument to be made that if you are a premium player and you're always out of sleep points, you probably aren't spending them in the most efficient way. Yeah. And that's another issue. Like, I'm fine with the idea of the regular shop being more expensive than the premium shop, but the premium shop having a less quantity of items overall. So like the biscuits, for example, you can buy, 40 biscuits in the regular shop for 150 sleep points each. Everyone can buy them, cool. But the premium shop just gives you a few more biscuits. You get 10 that you can buy at 100 each. You don't get 40. You don't get the exact same amount that you can buy at a cheaper price. So you do get a little bit of an edge, but you don't get a huge advantage that essentially doubles your catching capacity. Yes, for sure. Yeah, and that's another, yeah, you're exactly right, my boy. That's another trap that a lot of people fall into, is they have all the sleep points. And I think even I did this in the beginning, is you have all the sleep points and then I would buy everything. I bought all 40 or 30 or 40 biscuits, whatever it is in the regular shop, plus the 10 biscuits, plus the great biscuits. I went through and bought everything. So, I mean, I get it. I get why people are in that boat, but there is the conversation to be had about, is there a better way to spend these sleep points? What do I actually need right now versus what can I wait for? Like right now I've got, what is it, 6 main skill seeds? Do I really need to buy another one for 3,600 sleep points or 1,800 sleep points for either of them? Probably not. Is it nice to have? Yeah. But am I using them at such a rate that I need to buy them every month? Both of them? No. Could I? Possibly. And also the stones, yeah. Which the stones are a whole other thing. I think stones are way overpriced sleep point wise, but that's a different rant entirely. They should be a lot cheaper than that. They should not cost you 2 full weeks of regular sleep to get the stones. Yeah, exactly. I think I have like 8 sub-skill seeds on top of that. So I don't need to buy them. I probably will still buy the cheaper ones from the premium shop just because they're cheaper, but there's no reason for me to buy the regular ones at this point as a premium player. So yeah, that's really my issue with the expert mode tickets. It's just the cost. The cost difference between premium and non-premium. So that's where I'm at right now. That's where I'm at. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, see, me and you, Ace, same page, same page. Also, the simple fact of how many stones are in the game should make them cheaper. There are far too many evolution items in the game for them to be that price. But then again, there is also the argument that how many stone Pokemon are we evolving in a month's time? But I still, even with that argument, I still think they should be cheaper. I just think how many there are is another reason for them to be cheaper. I don't think you should have to do more than a full week sleep to get a stone. They should be 700 points. You can already only buy 5 of them anyway. Who is buying 5 stones in a month? Also, yes, level 3 friends should have been random on Evo items, period. Yup. Also, yes. Also, yes. That is correct, my boy. Let's see, where are we going? All right, let's continue reading. Strategic team building will be even more important. Snorlax's favorite berries for the week will be divided into 1 main favorite and 2 sub-favorites. Pokemon that gather Snorlax's main favorite berry will receive bonuses such as shorter helping frequency, and on the other hand, Pokemon that don't gather any of Snorlax's weekly favorite berries will receive a longer helping frequency penalty. 1 additional bonus related to raising Snorlax will be selected at random every week, which is very interesting. I like this part of it. This stuff is cool. Like I said, the only thing I didn't like was the whole expert ticket spiel I just went on. Everything else sounds interesting. No, but that's also because a good camp ticket is only 500 diamonds and gives you a full week of benefits. And even as a free player, you can stack up a decent amount of diamonds. I'm not gonna say quickly, but it's not terribly hard to get 500 diamonds from the daily lottery, from the reward stamp card. You may not get one a month, but you can get them decently often, and if you save them for the right events, even better. Especially as a new player, if you intentionally don't, like I've seen far too many new players, especially when I was new, that were like, oh, max out your inventory bag immediately. So no, you don't need a full Pokemon box. You don't need a full inventory bag. The only one that you really need to completely maxed out is the ingredient bag. The rest, a little bit of inventory management is gonna go a long way. Save the diamonds, put those towards good camp tickets, stock them up if you have to. That's really good. But there's no reason that a new player, yeah, see, Kai, and you've been playing how long, Kai? You've been playing, what, nearly since the beginning, if not the beginning, right? I feel like you've been around a while. Day one, yeah. So, you don't need 1,000 or whatever it is bag limit at this point. You don't need a 1,000 Pokemon box at this point. Ingredients are a different story, because ingredients are ridiculous. We need a bigger ingredient bag. But yeah, that was one thing that I saw all the time, was people encouraging new players to spend all their diamonds on inventory space and box space immediately, max it out. It's like, no, don't do that. You get so many free diamonds starting the game. Put those towards good camp tickets. You'll end up with several, and that could probably last you for a while if you use them strategically during specific events. You're not gonna be able to use them for every event. Fine, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you use them strategically, they will go a long way, and they are easily worth 500 diamonds. It's probably the only item in the shop that I actually think is worth the cost in diamonds for what you get out of it. Dream clusters are nice, you're not wrong there. Shinies can be a trap sometimes when it comes to that. The selected bonuses will normally not be the same type of bonuses as those from ongoing events at the same time. Instead of an area bonus, expert mode areas will accumulate an expert bonus, which I do like that too, because it gives us another area bonus to work on, which is nice. Which means that the more we do expert mode, the better we'll get at it, just like the regular islands. I like that. 1 second, I'll answer you, Gabriel. Give me 1 sec. If an expert bonus accumulates over its limit, the excess bonus will not be transferred over to the regular area bonus and vice versa, which makes sense. Nothing wrong with that. What is my opinion on the frequency penalty for non-favorite berries? I'm indifferent on it, honestly. I think it's kind of interesting, but if they didn't do that, it's whatever. I could take it or leave it. But it is interesting. I like that it is gonna force us to think about building teams in a different way. And it also can incentivize people to build teams and use Pokemon they wouldn't otherwise. So I like it. Let me read it again. On the other hand, Pokemon that don't gather any of Snorlax's weekly favorite berries will receive a longer helping frequency penalty. I mean, that seems pretty straightforward that it's just on frequency. Ace, what are you seeing that I'm not seeing? Yeah, 120 bags, 700s for ingredients. Yeah. See, you can easily do it. I have way too many bag increases. Yep. Bonuses vary, but the penalty doesn't. Yeah, that's probably just expediency, trying not to put too much work on themselves when the bonuses are the more interesting part of it rather than the penalties, you know? Let's see. Pokemon that gather the main favorite berry will receive bonuses, such as a shorter helping frequency. Oh, okay, so we know they're terrible with wording a lot of the time. The way this reads to me is that if you get Greppa berries, and that's the main bonus, then any electric type is going to have shorter helping frequency. But if you also have Yache berries and Durin berries, your dragon and grass types will just operate at their normal frequency. And then any other berry is going to operate at a longer frequency. That's the way this reads to me. And then you just get a random other bonus to raising Snorlax, whether it's 30% extra strength, 20% extra dish strength provided, I don't know. But that's the way it reads to me. I'm pretty sure it will reset, Kitty Kitty. I would be surprised if they let you build up strength in normal mode and then jump into expert with a higher strength. Yeah, that could be cool too. That could be cool too. Main berry gatherer gets an extra berry finding. So if you got a berry finding Raichu, in my example, Raichu brings in 4 berries at once instead. I mean, it is possible. They didn't give us any ideas of what those bonuses will be. So that is a possibility. I mean, main dragon berry sounds terrible to you. Sounds fantastic to me. Exactly. Sounds awesome to me. That would finally give me a chance to use the army. And I feel that, Azor. I mean, having maxed out area bonus on all islands myself, it's kind of nice to just go wherever I want, but you are kind of looking for that new thing to work on, so I get that. Ah, no worries. No worries. I get it. Tis what it is. Oh, so you're pretty well set on most things then. And see, this is the other part that it's kind of... I wish they were more specific, but I get why they aren't at this point. What I wish we knew, because I don't like the ambiguity of it all. Come on, scroll down a little bit more, idiot. Come on. There we go. The amount of drowsy power required to see Pokemon sleep styles will greatly increase, but the amount of research XP, dream shards, and Pokemon candies you get for researching each sleep style will also increase. Weird that they didn't specify that it will also greatly increase, so it could cost double drowsy power to see a sleep style, but you only get a 10% boost in shards, XP, and candies. So that's why I don't like the ambiguity, because what does that even mean? And then you'll have an increased chance to encounter shiny Pokemon. That's cool, but it'd be even better if we had the shiny floor. Yeah, that's kind of fair. It's kind of fair, my boy. Multiple expert mode exclusive weekly missions will be added, which is cool. I like that. The missions are nice. They're a nice little thing for us to work on every week, but they're pretty easy most of the time, so it would be cool to get something that's a little bit more difficult but has a much greater reward. That'd be fun. I wish that we had... Y'all are probably gonna hate me for this one, but I wish that we had month-long quests that were harder to hit, but gave us bigger rewards. Stuff that we could work on to maybe earn some stones for free. We do. Main skill seeds would be nice. Yeah, you're not wrong, Chimera. Say the line, Bart. Increased chance to encounter shiny Pokemon. But yes, month-long quests would be nice. Stuff that we can complete on every island. And you could even repurpose some of the missions that we have now. You know, give Snorlax X amount of his favorite berries. That's not necessarily tied to a specific berry. It's just whatever happens to be favorite that week. But if you extend it for the month, then you got 4 weeks or 5 weeks where it's whatever berries you happen to have for that month on each individual island. You know, some of them can be repurposed. They can come up with new ones. I would like to see them give us a choice in some things as well, especially with the month-long quest. Give us the choice, like, hey, you've got a month-long quest. What do you want to earn at the end of this? And let you pick, for example, a stone, an Evo stone, or an Evo item, and let us work towards it. Let us earn it for free. Yes, it's cheaper to buy it with sleep points at that point, because it's 1,400 sleep points. That only takes 2 weeks. But if we can work towards it, maybe we can start getting some in the background. Or, hey, here's some Pokemon incense. You get a random selection of maybe 3 or 5 Pokemon incense. Take your pick. Do you want Pinsir? Do you want Chikorita? Do you want Dratini? Do you want Pikachu? Or Sprigatito? Take your pick. We'll let you work towards that through the month. That would be cool too. Diamonds would be even better. Diamonds are just assumed. You know? That would be cool. Yeah, work for a Handy Candy L. That'd be cool too. Like, there's so many possibilities with giving players the choice to work on something that is a month long. I don't know how this turned into an improving... It always turns into improving Pokemon Sleep streams. I don't know why I was surprised. We always do this. We always sit here and brainstorm, and I love it. There's so many ways to improve the game, and really giving players agency is the right thing to do. Cyndaquil. Spelling? Very close. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that, Tony. I don't immediately disagree with it. Maybe. I'm just trying to think if that would be balanced. I do think that we should have some opportunities to maybe earn some legendary incense outside of legendary events, especially for newer players. Like, if a player starts in October after the beasts come back, how do they have an easier time finding the beasts, you know? I do think there should be a way for us to get them. I just don't know if a month-long quest is enough for a legendary incense, but maybe. Yes, that's what I agree with expert mode, Ashley. That's what I like about it. John Cena quit. Yeah, it does feel that way sometimes. You don't think so, Ace? Not even basic? What if it was just starters? You only get to pick a starter incense. I feel like that wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I see what you're saying. Maybe then legendaries would be the right one for a month-long quest. Oh, yeah, that could be interesting too. That could be interesting too, Kai. Like, once a month you spin a roulette wheel and it determines which legendary incense you get to work towards. I see what you're saying. It does seem silly to only get one, but it's one that you choose, granted from a random selection, but that could be cool because it's the one you get to choose. However, I do see what you're saying. That could be a bigger issue. Maybe incense was a bad idea. Yeah. Which beast is worth focusing on? It depends. SPB. They're all really good. It really depends on what you have personally caught, I would say. It doesn't do you any good to catch a really good Raikou if you don't have a really good supporting team for Raikou. And the same applies to the other two. So you can build the team, but if you're talking about only picking one to focus on, then it depends on what you have that can support it. Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about, Ace. Like, if you catch a really good Raikou, say you catch the perfect Raikou, but you don't have any berry finding Pikachu, Raichu, Jolteon, what's the other one? Ampharos. You don't have any other really good electric types to support it and start your overstacking team, then it's not really that good. And honestly, they're really only good for overstacking teams or just getting that extra boost from time to time. They have a very niche use case. Yeah, oh yeah, Azor said it before I got to it. So it's kind of where I fall on those. But we got to get through this. I got 28 minutes and I got to get out of here. I got a hard out at 4:30. So let's see. Blah, blah, blah. We already said the line. This one was the interesting one. Multiple expert mode exclusive weekly missions will be added. For example, if you sleep for X hours alongside Fire-type helper Pokemon that collects Snorlax's main favorite berry for that week, you can get multiple Handy Candy S as a reward. We already get multiple Handy Candy S as a reward in basic missions, so I'm assuming that means you'll get more than just 3. But I wish they weren't so nebulous about it and would tell us a number. Jeez, is it that hard? Just give me a number. That's all I want. I just want a number. But I assume it's gonna be more. Maybe 10, who knows? Hopefully not just 5. Yes, it's frustrating. It's frustrating. The kinds of Pokemon that appear on Greengrass Isle in Expert Mode can differ from those that normally appear on Greengrass, which, like I said, I'm assuming that those are gonna be the evolved forms. I don't think they're really gonna add new Pokemon that are Expert Greengrass only. I would be very, very surprised if they do that, but maybe in the future. I don't disagree, Ace. I will go there first week, and I will be the guinea pig. Also, yes, there's the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, come join us so you can see what everybody finds and how expert mode really is. What are you doing? What are you doing there, bot? Why aren't you copying that to YouTube? That's weird. Silly bot. Did my bot leave the channel? There it goes. There it goes. Anyway. So. Yeah, I am probably going to go first week, but feel free to use my failure to learn from and, you know, do better than me. Oh, I was being funny. But also, yes, those bots never leave. Let's see, where were we? You'll have an increased chance to encounter certain special Pokemon, which that's going to be the interesting thing. I'm wondering if it's going to rotate, that maybe 1 week you have an increased chance of Raikou, 1 week it'll be Entei, 1 week will be Cresselia, so on and so forth. Or if it's just a blanket, all special Pokemon are more likely to show up on Expert. That one's going to be interesting. I'm really curious to see what that actually translates into in practice. Then, Expert Greengrass, Raikou will have an increased appearance rate. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh yeah, certain special Pokemon. It's only Raikou. Only Raikou is the way this reads, which is weird. That's weird. Huh. Am I reading that right? Is everybody else getting the same thing I'm getting? You'll have an increased chance to encounter certain special Pokemon. Greengrass Isle Expert Raikou will have an increased appearance rate. Yeah. Well, I thought Greengrass being the one where all the Pokemon are, it would apply to all of them. And then they would be boosted on their own separate island as well. That's kind of what I was thinking. I'm just surprised that Greengrass is only Raikou. I could even see Cresselia being boosted on Greengrass. Like if they're only picking one, Cresselia on Greengrass, And then Suicune being boosted on Lapis, Raikou on OGPP, and Entei on, oh, what's it called? What's it called? Topalo, that's the one. Yeah. True. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I thought it would be Cresselia boosted on Greengrass. That would make more sense. And the Beast later on. But then again, Cresselia is more useful than the Beast, so maybe that's why. Maybe that's why. Yeah, probably. But I think that's it. I think that is pretty much, yeah, that's all of the news for expert mode. That's my thoughts on it. What I do and don't like about it. Quite a lot that I like about it. Just the one thing that I don't. So, is what it is. I would also like a better crest. Mine's not bad though. 80 something PR, I think. Triple speed. It's not terrible. Just never use it. We got 2 medals, big medals, for total amount of sleep time logged, 6,388 hours, and number of times sleep tracking started within 30 minutes of the previous day's start time 400 times. So we get some extra diamonds for that. 45 of them, if I remember correctly, if it'll pop up. Come on, dude, stop talking and click on the button. Click OK. Thank you. Appreciate it. Another 45 diamonds. Free diamonds are nice. We love free diamonds. And then we got, oh yeah, this was actually really interesting. Oh no, screen sharing, don't do that. No, don't do that. 24 reports, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, that doubled up. So exactly 50%, which was very good, very good. A berry finding helping speed M Cress. Is that good? There is someone in the Discord that could answer that question because they have been using Cresselia for a long time. I personally haven't used Cresselia, but I feel like they would probably say it's pretty decent. With no triggers? Maybe. It does need skill triggers. It does. Hannah, I didn't know you used yours that often. But, I mean, if you love it, then maybe you can help DG out, because I haven't used it enough to really know it. I didn't deep dive into it like I did the others. Yeah, XP down is awful on legendaries. Yes. You do. Also, I think you're who I was thinking of, Ballboy. I forgot. Your name in Discord is different from YouTube, ain't it? Not anymore. I know you got a shiny Farfetch'd. What are you talking about? That's 1, so you're automatically wrong. I only need to know 1 to disprove that. All right, we can skip through all this. This is just checking the team, checking the pantry. One Pokemon you have from before 3 days ago, you've got a really good Entei. Leveled up Luxray a little bit. You have a Sleep Cap Pikachu. That's from more than 3 days ago. I don't remember what I was doing here. I do remember what I was doing here. I was looking through to see which Pokemon were going to give me the most ingredients, just in terms of raw quantity, because I need a pot filler. And I was going to put Tyranitar in, but his energy level was way too low. And Skeledirge is in 3rd place for the total number of raw ingredients, and his energy is at 120. So I felt like, since they were only like 5 or 6 ingredients apart from each other, that by the end of the day, Skeledirge would supply more. Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, Tyranitar according to Raynon, Tyranitar was 104. You know what? Let me just stop guessing. Let's go and pull that back up. So here on the Pokemon box screen, it went to view config, just turned this to ingredient count. Big Boy Blastoise, of course, brings in the most with 120 total ingredients. Tyranitar, even at level 57, is 108 ginger, and Skeledirge is 99 apples. So about 10 ingredient difference. But due to the game crashing on me last night and both Tyranitar and Dragonite being super low energy, Dragonite actually worse than Tyranitar, I felt like Skeledirge would bring in more by the end of the day, given the 2.2 multiplier for being at full energy. So, there's that. There's that. That's why I went with Skeledirge on this one. And then we did our mini candy boost on Tyranitar, which was expensive, 80-something grand. But he's at level 57 now, just barely. Just barely. Maybe. I feel like they're kind of low. But I think that's because I don't have these two at level 60. Once Dragonite and Tyranitar get to 60, that's what the real magic happens. Definitely, yeah. I have those two Rock-type medium candies. I think I'm just going to use one for tomorrow, and then use some handy candies to get up to 50, and put that into Tyranitar. I might do the same on Sunday. I just haven't decided if I'm going to do that for Tyranitar or something else. But I don't know. I don't know. What don't I like? I don't like the cost of the expert mode tickets. Everything else about expert mode sounds cool. Sounds fun. I just don't like the price difference between the regular shop and the premium shop. I would go back, let's see, it was probably about 30, maybe 45 minutes ago where we just started talking about it. Because we talked about it for quite a while. But it'll explain more detail there what exactly I don't like about it and why. The team is at full energy, and so I decided to swap Gardevoir out to... who? Oh yes, I remember now. Swapped it out for Quaquaval, because Quaquaval has helping bonus and is still decently high on the list. Not as high as I would like, but yeah, I guess maybe not decently high. It's pretty low. But 60 soybeans, which are kind of strong, but the helping bonus is the main reason I dropped that on the team. Try to help the others. Yeah, no. All right, Mythical. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you next time. Make sure to check the description for the live stream channels if you want to come hang out with us while we play other video games and stuff. I think the issue with the price is that it adds up over time. And I wouldn't call it negligible either. And I think the rest is just me, I think the last... Yeah, let's see. So, right about here is where I started my usual outro. And the rest is just me sitting there on this screen realizing what I've done. Just upset about what I've done on this screen. And I legit just sat here like this for a hot minute. It was so disheartening once I realized it. I mean, this was fun though. This was fun. It worked out. We had a good time. We had a good conversation. We don't normally get to have these conversations, these back and forth, where you guys get to challenge my viewpoint live. I enjoy it. He's nice. Also, yes, yeah, you know, we actually got to hang out with the EU peeps, because normally we do these a little bit later. Well, I say these. Normally we do live streams a little bit later, not sleep live streams. But it was nice. Made sure to have my water this time, which is good. Got to stay hydrated. Yeah. Which I do like being able to stream a little bit earlier and getting to say hi to everybody. It's nice. But yeah, that's my thoughts on expert mode. I like almost all of it, except for the cost of tickets. That's it. I don't like the price difference, specifically. Yeah, stupid time zones. Why couldn't we just live on a flat Earth with one time zone? That would solve everything. But no, we can't have nice things around here. I would prefer the cost to be the exact same. 100 for both. Either that or no expert mode ticket at all. Like, to an extent, I do feel that once we unlock expert mode, we shouldn't have to buy a ticket to get in. If you unlock it, you just go whenever you want. However, I do kind of understand if the rewards are going to be significant enough, you don't want people to just go all the time because then they get way ahead of other people. But if the rewards are that good that we do need a ticket, premium players over time will get so much further ahead of regular players, and I don't like that. Especially newer regular players. You know, somebody that's only been playing 6 months that can't even get into expert yet, they are going to get so far behind all the premium players that can buy 2 tickets at a time. If we're even limited to buying 2 tickets per month, we don't even know if we're only going to be able to buy 2 per month. We may be able to buy more. So, don't like that. The rewards, do we even know what the rewards are going to be? Because that's the problem, is we don't have a quantity of what the rewards are going to look like. All they've said is that it's going to be increased, but by how much? 10%? 80%? 370%? We don't know. And that's the problem. That's the problem. We're going to get even further ahead now. Like, I'm fine with premium players getting a little bit of a benefit for being premium players. That's fine. But we shouldn't create a huge chasm between premium and non-premium players. Because I don't like how that's going to make non-premium players feel when they compare their game to premium players. And I get it. This is a single player game. It's not competitive. And comparison is the thief of joy and all that. But it's still not... You still shouldn't just throw out all of that just because, well, you shouldn't compare yourself anyway. You still can't throw everything out the window and be like, ah, it's fine. You know, we still need to be... Compassionate's not the right word. But we still need to take it into consideration that we should have the player base largely in the same area. Yeah. But like I said, I went into a long, or we went into a long conversation about this earlier in the stream. Yeah, you're right. I mean, it is. RNG is a huge factor in it all. But when you have more opportunities to roll the RNG, you have more opportunities to get ahead and get good things out of RNG. Also, yes, it still influences overall balance 100%. Yep. Yeah, I would highly recommend going back, watching that whole segment. I might cut that segment out and put it up as its own video as well, just to make it easy to find. I don't know. I may not do that. I'm kind of lazy, especially today. My brain's dumb. But at the very least, I will put a. I'll go find it, and I will put a chapter marker on it. But overall, like I said, in general, outside of that, I like expert mode. It sounds interesting. I'm looking forward to it. Especially for the simple fact that, you know, they could fix my issue with the expert mode ticket and people not get too far ahead. Premium players don't get too far ahead if they fix it, you know, relatively quickly. I don't think 1 month or 2 months or even 3 months is gonna let premium players get so far ahead that it's irrevocable, but it will happen over time, especially if we can go every week. If we can do expert mode every week, it's definitely gonna happen. It's just the question of at what rate, you know? But I'm gonna get out of here. We are a little bit shy of my heart out, so that worked out perfectly fine. Cool. I'm gonna wrap things up there. Thank you everybody for hanging out on both sides of the digital divide. It has been fun. We're gonna have to do this again at some point, but yeah, for now, I'm gonna wrap it up. Thank you for hanging out. Y'all have a good evening, day, night, whatever it may be, wherever you are. And until next time, later, dudes. Wrong button.